There's no doubt about it. Fish hatcheries are a very important part of Oregon's economy. There is over 500,000 resident fishing licenses sold each year and 122,000 non-resident licenses. And none of these people that buy these licenses want to throw their hook in the water and come up with nothing on it. So the fish hatcheries are very important, and they play a big part in the economy of Oregon. Not only are these fish hatched for sport fishermen, but commercial fishing as well will take a share of these fish. Some salmon, such as the Chinook, start their life in these ponds where they're fed for a short period of time and then released in the river, and some of them don't come back to spawn till they're 4 years old, and some of the Chinook even as much as 3 years old, but 3 years old.
Yeah. And because when they're babies in the river anyways, they'll be eating like parts of the adult carcasses and other things that they can grab.
How old are these? What was that? How old are these?
These are, we got them as eggs, like we spawned them from the adults in January. And so these are 10, almost 11 months now.
Oh yeah. You know, the adult salmon die after they spawn, shortly after they spawn in nature, but in the ponds they die when they are spawned, and then the eggs are taken from them and the sperm is taken from them, and then they're thrown back in the river where they produce nutrients for the next generation.
It comes directly from the river that flows through here.
Oh yeah.
That building that's up there on the hill is where like all the silt and stuff settles out of it.
Oh yeah.
And then it comes from that building straight down in pipes to each of the ponds. And when it falls from the pipes into the pond, it's pretty aerated that way.
Yeah.
So how big do these steelhead?
The Wilson River in Tillamook, as well as Nestucca River, and I think Little Nestucca, and maybe Three Rivers, which is right across the highway.
And as adults, how big will they get then?
The adults, you can see the adults down there, but they'll be about this big, and they'll be about that round, roughly, and they'll be like 12 to 16 pounds.
Oh, good size ones then.
Yeah, but the winter steelhead get bigger. We had one last year that was 20 pounds.
Wow.
It was pretty big.
Yeah.
But they're not the biggest fish, but they sure are fun to fight and catch.
Oh yeah, yeah.
They get pretty feisty.
Yeah. Unlike salmon, steelhead don't die when they spawn, so they can come back every year. And these are summer steelhead?
Yes, these two ponds are summer steelhead, and the upper two ponds are the winter steelhead.
Okay.
The winter steelhead are more shy, and they don't like seeing people out around the pond as much. Are they the same size? They're just a little bit smaller.
Oh yeah. Now that's the aerating system, huh? And then these are, what did you say?
The winter steelhead.
These are the winter steelhead. You see they're just a little smaller, huh?
Yep, just a little bit.
Yeah.
They like to hide out in the shade, so it might be harder to see.
Oh yeah. Some of these fish are very shy, while others are quite aggressive, depending on the run. Some of the runs have been coming in here for years. Generation after generation have been hatched in the hatchery, while some of them are wild, and the wild ones seem like they're young or wild as well. And so it's important that they keep these separate and preserve the wild runs of fish.
See, can we go up and get a picture of them?
Yeah. Their genetics are made mostly from all wild fish. We take wild fish and we spawn them while they're alive, and then we put them back in the river.
Oh.
And so all of their genetics are very wild, so they don't like shadows and stuff up on top.
Oh,
So
yeah.
that's why they hide in the shade and they waste food, because they're skittish. But the summer steelhead are like puppies. They see food, they see you walking by, they're all excited because they're going to get fed, because their genetics come from all old hatchery fish.
Oh, yeah.
And so all the hatchery fish have been conditioned to this for so long that it's just in their genetics that they're less skittish.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's it.
That's for sure.
Yeah, and that's what the netting's for over the top?
Yeah, we actually just put that on this morning because we were doing marking the last couple weeks, and so it's hard to do that with all the nets on, so all of them were off, and we're all completely done with that now. So we put them on just this morning, and the kingfishers are not going to be happy about it.
Oh.
Neither will we have a blue heron that comes through, and he also really likes to sit on the edge and pick off fish.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen them do that before, and they'd catch sometimes pretty good sized fish,
They catch
and
big ones.
then you'd throw it in the air and catch it.
They do that,
It's
or I've seen the
swallow-
kingfishers with big fish. They'll take it and they'll beat it on the walkway or on the railings. They'll sit there and they'll hit the fish on the railing till it dies. That way they can actually pick it up.
Oh,
Yeah.
be dark. Yeah, that
Yeah.
wouldn't be struggling.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we'll walk down here and take a look, and then if we walk on down farther, we'll see the sturgeon ponds. Is that right?
No, so those ones are the only two adult ponds we have. The sturgeon pond, on the other side of that like little gas tank, there's a brown chain link fenced in pond.
Okay.
It's like a small square one. It's right in front of that building.
Okay.
That's where you'll see the sturgeon.
Now, do you spawn the sturgeon here?
No,
Oh,
they're
they're-
just as like our show pets.
Oh, yeah.
They hang out, and we don't even know what gender they are. That'd be kind of cool if we had babies, but we haven't yet.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you much.
Oh,
Dave.
yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's one laying there, I believe.
Well, there. Look at that one.
Yeah.
These ponds are for the adults, and the adults are kept in here until they're ready to spawn. And then after they spawn, if it's steelhead, they're released. These ponds are where they hold the adult fish to ripen or to get ready to lay their eggs. And so some of them have leaked just a few eggs out in the ripening process. But these fish have pretty well all been spawned out of the ponds. There are just a few left in the pond that will be spawned later. There's a whole lot of manual work goes into this. All the leaves have to be raked out of the ponds when they're cleaned, and the ponds have to be cleaned by hand and refilled, and then a new generation of fish are put in to go through the process once again. This place was kept amazingly clean, not one bit of garbage or anything around, and just a few leaves have settled in there. So they must have been working getting those things out of there. Plus, the grounds are all kept up very well. This was a very neat, clean fish hatchery.
see any?
Below the ponds, the water once again turns into a creek. This is water that's been diverted through the ponds to give the fish hatchery water for all the ponds, and they have to have a pretty good flow to keep the water well oxygenated and to provide clean, fresh water for all the baby fish that it'll be supporting.
You see some?
There was one just right here. He hovered against the edge.
Oh.
There's another one right here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Did you see those ones on the other side yet?
No, I haven't got over there. I'd like to see them.
They're a lot easier to see.
Where'd this guy go? Did he? He probably went up into the shade someplace.
Yeah. I don't see him now. Oh, he's swimming across. There's two of them. They're in the shade again.
Oh, I guess I can't.
They're not playing very nice.
Yeah, yeah.
Sneak up on these ones, they'll all be at the top.
Okay. I'll sneak up there. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's nice.
So that's what we do.
Cycle goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's neat.
And our summer steelhead, since they're all hatchery, we dispatch a lot of them, but not all of them.
To fish. There's a pretty guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Now these are from the Slets River, you say?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, just south of Lincoln City. That one is not doing so great. He's kind of milky in color.
There's one right there.
Oh yeah, there's some
Oh, two of them.
good ones. Yeah.
It seems like the
They're
Slets
big.
fish are usually bigger,
Yeah.
and I'm not sure why that is, but those ones are pretty sizable.
Yeah. I know when we used to fish for steelhead at Cascade Locks, there were some real big runs of them came in. They said were from Idaho steelhead.
Yeah, they've been really trying to get more fish back inland from before that. You have a big spider on me, I'm sorry.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
I happen to see it. They like to run around this time of year, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're trying to get a lot of fish back upriver since before the dams got put in, so they're really trying to up numbers.
Oh, yeah. They got it to a real science. Now, when you feed these adults, do you feed them the same thing you do the baby fish?
We don't feed these guys anything.
Oh.
So when they, both the salmon and the steelhead, when they come in from the ocean, they have a lot of fat stored.
Oh,
and
yeah.
so they just use those fat reserves until they spawn, and then they go back out to the ocean and then they feed.
Feed out there.
Yeah, they probably eat some bugs, but they're not hungry.
Yeah.
Same with the salmon. They're just here to spawn and die at that point.
Yeah.
But when we have our rainbow trout, we feed them pellets as well, but they're a lot bigger.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, they're like that size.
Oh, yeah.
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 There's a pretty small one in there mixed in with the big ones.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but that just means that he might be younger then.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brown chain link.
Yeah.
That's where the sturgeon are.
Okay.
I gotta go throw away this cigarette butt I found.
Well, thank you very much then.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the pond where they have some sturgeon. They're just more or less pets. They don't really spawn in here. But we should be able to see them here pretty soon. You see them? There goes a big old sturgeon. Yeah. It's from being in a shallower pond.
Sturgeon can reach a staggering 7,100 pounds in their lifetime. It is believed that some sturgeon can live to be 118 years old.
I think she said there was about a 6-footer in there. There's one right here. See? Cruising. We just scabbed a tiny little trout in here. Yeah, the tiny little trout in here. See the truck they haul the fish in right there. Mm-hmm. There's their flag flying at half-mast.
I go through here.
I think that's where we came from.
Oh.
Thanks to Danny, that was the person that guided us through. Thanks very much, Danny, and it's been a very, very nice experience going to the fish hatchery and very informative. I learned a lot of things I didn't already know. This is all for right now, and if any of you would like to make a comment, we really enjoy reading them, and we definitely need some more people to subscribe to our channel.